Teddy Smith here with Tom Block, who's an artist, activist, and playwright. And it's great to have you here because the International Human Rights Arts Festival is coming up very soon in March. Could you tell us what date that is, Tom?
Sure, that is March 3rd to 5th. We'll go Friday to Sunday in a couple weeks. Exactly 2 weeks, I think.
Congratulations. It's a big event coming up here, a great arts festival. It has dance, music, kids are involved. Could you briefly tell us what the event is all about and how you got involved with it, Tom?
Sure. I'm producing it. I came up with the idea, and Dixon Place was kind enough to host us. And basically, we're bringing together a lot of real positive social energy in a variety of media, panels, workshops, theater, dance, music, to really try to express the positive aspects of our culture. I think we're kind of feeling a little bit pinched, and like we wanted to just get out there with a lot of positive messages on specific issues like LGBT, transgender, immigration. We have a panel on Muslim Women Speaks to introduce Muslim women and their own voices to the audience. So really just kind of fight back with beauty and sincerity.
Is there any other reasons as to how and why you created the International Human Rights Arts Festival?
Well, I think a lot of activist artists are operating and doing wonderful things, but when you can bring all that energy together, it becomes an exponential experience. And it has been my desire throughout my career to get as much positive energy together as we can, and that when we bring it all together like this for a whole weekend, we can introduce the ideas to a much, much wider audience and make a much greater impact, I think. So that's the impetus.
A lot of people that will be there, a lot of politicians, a lot of other interesting people as well. Could you sort of give us an idea what backgrounds these people will be from?
Well, we have a list of honorary co-sponsors that include people like Senator Chuck Schumer and Senator Bernie Sanders, television producer Norman Lear. And I feel it's very important to bring together social and political energies because a lot of these ideas are made in the U.S. government, and if we can get in there and influence people and have them be a part of our group instead of set up in opposition, we might be able to make a lot more change. In terms of the artists, we have a wide range of great, passionate New York artists, Bessie Award-winning dancer Joya Powell. We have a Hamilton dancer, Carla Garcia, who has created a dance. So we have a lot of really strong, exciting works there too. And when you bring all that energy together, you hope you can kind of start to make inroads and into the social world.
Now this will take place from March 3rd through March 5th, correct? At Dixon Place, which is located at 161A Christie Street here in New York City, correct?
Yes, right down the Lower East Side.
And those people who want to find out more information from you or get tickets or go online or go to a Facebook site or any kind of website, what do they need to do?
They can go right to dixonplace.org, and we have a link right there on the front page, Human Rights Art Festival, and the whole thing will unfold, the schedule, the links, the ticket links, everything. So,
what is the most important aspect of this interview that comes to your mind right now that you want to share with us tonight?
The most important aspect. I mean, for people coming to the event, I think you'll get the best taste of the whole experience at the opening ceremonies on Friday evening, because there we will have politicians on stage, activists on stage, artists on stage, videos from people like Charles Schumer, hopefully, and Norman Lear is going to send a video. So, I mean, there you'll get a sense of the full breadth of how art, activism, and politics can really come together and begin to create the energy to make positive social change in a world where we've seen quite a bit of negative social change recently.
Right, and what is arts activism, and what does it mean to you?
I think art activism means an artist who's engaging with the society around him on society's terms and trying to change that conversation within the context of the more general society, instead of just going into a gallery or going into a museum with their artwork and only operating with a very small audience. It's a very socially engaged, socially thinking artist who's using their creative skills and passion to try to express some very specific ideas about how the world could be better, about immigration, LGBT rights, Islamic issues, be more open-minded, be more welcoming. I think that's what it means to me.
What else are you currently working on now, or this year? And what are you bringing to the festival? Anything else you'd like to share with us tonight?
Well, I have a play going up right after the festival at the IRT Theater called Sub-Basement with Athena Theater Company. And then personally, I have my human rights painting project, which is paintings of human rights defenders that I've done in conjunction with Amnesty International, and they'll be on exhibit as part of the festival. So, I mean, there's personally, I think I have to just continue to use my creative energy to try to seed as much positive energy into the culture around me as I can, and I think all of the artists feel that way.
Anything else you want to talk about regarding the development of Sub-Basement with Athena, with the theater company? I know you're just talking about the play, but anything else you want to talk about regarding that?
Well, sure. That's dealing that one quite specifically deals with the difference between the external social pressures of trying to do what's right and then the internal desire to, say, be a creator or not follow the beaten path. So it takes activism in a little bit different light, but it's about a young woman struggling to decide whether to become a poet or to join the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And my plays are always quite entertaining and absurdist, and I use a lot of humor. So it's a little bit different take, but you got to have a lot of different tastes in the stew, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with you on that. Anything else about the International Human Rights Arts Festival, which takes place at Dixon Place, 161A Christie Street, right here in New York City, from March 3rd to March 5th? Anything else that comes to your mind right now that you want to last-minute thoughts about your great event, your great festival?
Yes, I think the one thing that we're doing that's quite unusual is we have something called a Kids Fest, which will, from both mornings, Saturday and Sunday morning, bring kids in for free, and then we'll have a bunch of hands-on activist art activities to introduce them to the idea of using their creative passions for social purpose. So they'll be doing music, dance, they'll be writing letters to prisoners of conscience, they'll be doing artwork, but it will all be with an activist intent. So I think that's kind of an exciting and unusual aspect of the festival. I mean, it's all great, but that's probably unique, I think. Tickets range from you can get them online as cheap as $5 now, up to $25. But if you get them online, they're cheaper. We have day passes both Saturday and Sunday, which will allow entrance to all activities from noon to 6. So there's a lot of ways to get in now. Currently, they're very inexpensive.
Go to www.dixonplace.org, right?
Correct, and then just click on the Human Rights Art Festival link at the bottom of the page, and that will open up the whole thing. Yes, exactly.
And Tom Block, anything that people want to contact you again? Where should they go, to Facebook, or should they go to a website, or?
They can contact us right through the Human Rights Art Festival website on Dixon Place. We have an email right up at the top. If people have any questions or any kind of interest, they can click on that email and email us, and we will get back to you within hours, if not minutes.
Is it true that your festival will bring together more than 70 artists from more than 40 different events?
Well, we're actually probably more, given all the theater events and the dancing, we're probably up about 150 or more participants, and close to 50 events and when it's all said and done. So yeah, we got a lot going on down there. A lot of exciting stuff.
Any other ways that we at WPAT can help you support or promote the International Human Rights Arts Festival? Feel free to contact us here or contact me directly, and we'll definitely help you out.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.